Good morning, witches. So it is the morning of the lunar eclipse, and I thought I would take this opportunity to show you guys sort of how I do my moon water ritual and as I walk through my steps and stuff. I wasn't able to get the video out on time before the eclipse. It's still going to be published this week, but it's just I had so many problems with technology in the last 24 hours. I'm like, what are we doing? Do we want me to do this? You know, what signs am I supposed to be getting to not get frustrated when I want to do something and the universe is working against me? I don't know. So I am going to whisper a lot because my husband is just there sleeping. Probably, he could be awake, I don't know. But he's still in bed and it's dark out. So I'm trying to be respectful and just speak in a softer tone while he is still in bed. I have no idea how this video is going to turn out. I have not got myself ready or anything. I just wanted to come out and show you how I do stuff. So part of this might be fast forward just so that you can get the feel of it and there's not all this like empty space in me not talking. But I'm going to go ahead and start with how I do my full moon water and a little bit about like the eclipse that's actually going on right behind me. It starts in about 10 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and get set up. So at this point, when I light my candles for any of the ritual work that I do, what I'm really saying as I light them, which is very important to me because this is how I start my process, my ritual, just how I get things going, is I light a candle and then I say, I invite my team of light so they can be here to provide me with messages during this time. I appreciate the help of my spirit guides, ancestors who might want to join. And I try not to burn my fingers. And then I just think about, as I'm lighting the candles, I think about them stepping into this space. You know, I see them in my mind's eye, coming to me and being ready to help and assist in things. So it's kind of funny because now I can see on this, I'm facing east and I can see that the sun is starting to rise. So after I've lit my candles, and there's another reason why it's good to light it first, is I just give myself a little bit of aromatic pleasure by lighting sage or any other kind of bundle. This has juniper and sage in it. So I like to just create the smell of this really helps me like get into the right mind frame, mindset, mind space of doing ritual work and like what am I really here for and what am I doing? So with that, I've set up my space to leave during the eclipse, which is about to start any minute. All I'm going to do is leave my water out here for about 30 minutes. I've got 3 candles going. It's just the number I picked. There's no significance in it for myself. And then I do have 2 stones. I brought in a tiger's eye and a lepidite. So this was a gift from a couple years ago, and I really wanted to purpose it into something. And today when I looked in my crystal drawer, these 2 spoke to me and I pulled them out. I actually don't know what they mean right now, but when I go back and do my, reflection over my ritual and I look for things that happened or signs or, just like with the electronics failing, okay, how do I feel about that? What happened? Why? Is it something that's just mechanical or is it I'm sort of being told to slow down and, you know, you need to get a different kind of light or a different charger or whatever. Or even more, for me, it's like I'm such a perfectionist sometimes that when things don't go right, I'm like, all right, screw it, this isn't meant for me. And instead I'm trying to work through that and say, okay, just slow down. It's okay. Things don't always have to work the first time. Like, just keep going. You know that you can make it work. There's no reason to quit. Quitting is the easy thing. Getting on camera and setting up at 5 in the morning is the harder thing. So do that. So I do have my crystals out, and I'm really looking forward to what they mean and why I chose them, because I don't know yet. So I'm going to set them here with the candles. And then I always bring tarot cards when I do rituals of any kind, because this is the extra message from spirit or from my team of light that I look for, that I get. So I will sit here. I'm going to think about what I want to put into my moon water as far as intentions. The other thing I didn't bring is the label that I'll put on it, because I'm going to give my moon water a word, you know, and this is an accelerator for me. I believe that the eclipse moon makes things happen really fast. So it's like, okay, when I use this water, am I just saying that it's like a quickening water, or am I giving it a specific kind of quickening? You know, get over something faster, heal faster, get through processes faster, whatever it is. So I'm going to sit with that and see what comes up. Okay, so I'm not really getting anything, and it might be because I'm on camera and I've never done it like this before. So I'm going to go ahead and turn to my tarot cards for a message and have them help me think about what I should be thinking about. So I am using Kim Cran's The Wild Unknown Tarot. It's absolutely my favorite right now. I used the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot for a long time, and I got gifted these, and ever since getting them, they are truly the cards that are connected with me. I love all of the messages they bring, and it's always right on point. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle and then draw my card. So what actually was coming to me while I was shuffling and the candles were flickering like that is, it reminds me that, you know, the moon, it's a Taurus full moon and a Taurus lunar eclipse, but I'm still in Scorpio mindset because it's Scorpio season, and I was thinking about the phoenix. So that's what just came through. So I'm going to go ahead and pull my card. This is really interesting. So as I pulled my card, I actually got the 10 of Swords, which is sort of like a death and decay type card. And I'm going to read from the book exactly what it says, because I like to reread the meanings that Kim wrote and just see how she explains the 10 of Swords, because oftentimes I'll get a word or something within her text that is like, that's what it is, that's my message. And the sun is rising, and the moon is over there doing its thing. So I flipped almost right to it. Yeah, so the 10 of Swords means ruin, rock bottom, and melodrama. When the 10 of Swords appears, you finally hit rock bottom. You've let others walk all over you while you play the victim. Is it possible that you love the backstabbing and drama too much to move forward without it? If not for drama, what would you focus on? It's time to find out. Okay, how funny is that I was just thinking of the phoenix. So the phoenix is, it burns itself out to be reborn again. And this is sort of describing a behavior that I don't truly connect with right now, except the fact that last night's meetup, I was talking about how I used to be a quiet person and sort of get walked on because I didn't like confrontation and didn't want to like make a scene. So it's just interesting that this card kind of relates to that. But it's the end, it's a 10 card, it's the end of a cycle. It's time for something to be finished and reborn. So that fits perfectly with the theme of Scorpio, and I think that my decision to embrace the Scorpio time frame and not necessarily that it's the Taurus full moon is just to let go and get over it faster so I can move on to better things. Like, don't dwell. I think that that's what's coming through for me, is the dwelling, the thinking too long about something and not moving forward, which is definitely a habit of mine. You know, when I get upset or I go through things, I do need time to think. That's, my number is a 7, and one of the mottos for it, I guess you could say, is give me time. You know, that's part of me for sure. Okay, so also while I'm out doing my rituals, depending on how much light I have, I also bring with me books to flip through. Some books that I know really well, other books that maybe I've had for a while but I don't really use or I haven't gotten any messages out of, and I will just flip through them to see what stands out, and sometimes I'll get really enlightening messages just from doing that. So one of the books that I brought down with me that I do absolutely love, this author, Simone Butler, I wish she would write more books, but this is a newer version of an older book for her, Moon Power, and I just love it because it walks through like the different goddesses associated with full moons, you know, the powers within them, lots of historical stories and just mythology, and I love it. So I'm going to flip through this really quick looking for a message for myself. You guys, I flipped right to the Scorpio page. Okay, that's crazy. So what if I turn to the Taurus full moon? Oh, the Taurus full moon, all about Mother Earth and connecting with her. So one of the things that I really like about this book is it actually says, so she'll give you the moon, like I'm reading the Taurus full moon, and then she'll sort of give a description of that, but then it's like your sexual nature. I think that's so cool that she broke that down into what our passions might be like if we're born with a certain moon. Your karmic path, all right, so people with a Taurus moon, you know, what's their karmic path and lessons that they need to learn. And then she has the other part over here that's Taurus women, Taurus moon women, and it gives qualities. Then there's an ancient goddess that goes with each of the moons that she talks about. So this moon is the ancient goddess of Lakshmi. And I love that because my sister's a Taurus sun sign, and her cat's name is Lakshmi. And Kale. Well, I should cut that out because Lakshmi disappeared. Then after that, it'll give you an idea of what to put on your altar. All right, so being done with that one, I think I'm going to look at what the stones actually mean that I chose. I've got my lepidite going into a little bit of wax there, which is totally fine. Once it cools, it'll just come right off. But okay, so I did bring up with me my crystal Bible, or actually this one is the Pocket Book of Stones, and I bookmarked lepidite so that I could get to it faster. Emotional healing and balance, purification and serenity, relaxation and stress relief. So in this little book, it separates out like what chakra, a physical, an emotional, and a spiritual like meaning. So the spiritual one says, inspires serenity, aids in spiritual purifications, and deepens meditation. So I will look into that more to see how I'm going to use that as a quickening stone now that it's being charged under the eclipse full moon. And then I'm going to Tiger's Eye, which I did not bookmark. Oh, there we go. So with Tiger's Eye, balance between the extremes. That's great. Instills spiritual balance, stamina, creativity, and clarity. Oh, well, I'm needing some clarity right now because I don't know if it's just me doing this on film, but I feel slightly disconnected from the ritual. And that's okay. I'm giving you guys a chance to see and experience what I do on a full moon, where I'm charging stuff or setting intentions, you know, and this is what it all looks like. It can just be this simple. It doesn't have to get super complicated. My complication was getting everything together in a space where you could see it. You know, I'm using like my little footstool from my reading corner to set stuff on, and it's squishy, so it kind of like bends down, but I think it may do. So another book that I brought in was, this is Simone Butler again. I really like this. It's a quick little book of moon rituals, and let's see, what did I flag? Oh, so I flagged the moon in Scorpio, which it's not. The moon's in Taurus, but I have it in my head that I'm pulling in Scorpio energy. So if we go back to the moon in Taurus, yeah, Taurus is all about beautification and luxuries, desires. I mean, it actually fits pretty well with Scorpio. They're opposites on the wheel, but there are definitely things about them that are very similar. Helping yourself feel wealthy by putting a large numbered bill in your pocket or in your wallet. And of course, because it's Taurus, the book is telling you that, or it's suggesting workings around Mother Earth and doing green works. Which I mean, you guys, you know, what I did in this last weekend was my husband and I really started revamping the yard. You know, Ian came in and destroyed a lot of stuff in the yard. Luckily our house is here and that's all fine. But as far as the destruction and the wipeout, oh, so here's a connection. Here is a connection with the phoenix burning itself to the ground to be rebirthed. Ian wiped out our landscaping and now we're having to redo it. And that really connects with this full moon in Taurus, because it's all about earth and nature workings, like the green world, getting back in touch with nature. And that's what I have been doing. I'm covered in mosquitoes and scrapes and dirt under my fingernails constantly. So that would be something that I'm already doing that's very in tune with this time right now. Okay, so it is getting light out and I have a kid that I have to get to school. So I need to step away. I'm going to be leaving all of this here. The only part that you're really not going to see is at the end of this. So the eclipse is going to end in about an hour. And the sun will be out almost by then. So I'm going to ask my husband to pull in my moon water probably at about 7, and that'll be done. I'm going to blow out my candles now and end my ritual, thank my spirit guides for being here and helping to guide me, and then pack up my stuff so that it's, you know, not out in the elements. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you'd like to see more demonstrations like this, maybe I can get better at how I do it, but if you'd like to see something else, comment below and let me know. If you found this video helpful or interesting, hit the like or subscribe button to see more, and I will see you guys next time.